What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we got a 2001 Toyota Avalon, 99, 2000, 2001 Avalon V6 is what it comes in. We got this EGR valve that we need to replace on this baby. It is not gonna be an easy task. As you can see, there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ports, holes, 7 bolts. It's a lot of bolts, especially for exhaust system. So pretty much we're gonna be taking this out, this out, this out, this out, and there's 2 from the back, and then the small little sensor. Maybe I'll disconnect that sensor and see, then we can pull it outside. Anyways, start off, we're gonna take off this pipe from this end. Okay, needle nose plier, take off this bolt, disconnect this sensor here. Let's do it right now. Off you at it. There you go. And this little guy and this vacuum line gotta come off, of course. Don't forget to put that in. So pretty much once this is out of the way, we should have a lot of room. So let's get this job going. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna reach down here. It's a clamp right under this little sleeve here. If I can manage to get that off. Okay. The problem here is this freaking guy. Wouldn't have got a better needle nose, snap on, expensive stuff, good stuff, but get the job done. And this baby comes out, and we're gonna take off the 10mm. Okay, not even. We're gonna take off this clamp. We already got it, and pretty much there's a sensor harness here that's attached to it. So make sure you remove that. So you don't yank on that, and take off this 10mm. This whole piping should come off. Okay, this little guy comes off. Okay, we got people up there. And now we're gonna lift this baby up and remove this guy. There you go. Once the intake is off, we have a clear view of this connector that connects right here over here. Okay, and you got 10mm bolts, hard to see. There's one over here and one on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see how this job goes. We're gonna take out this vacuum line just to give us a little bit more space. We're gonna disconnect this little guy. Okay, just to start off. Okay, we just took this vacuum line off this because it's right next to it. So anyways, I don't want to take any of these. I am gonna try to get the back ones first, and let's see how this job goes. So I got this 10mm here, which is gonna be ridiculous to see back here, and I can see it better from this side. But I want to get to the farthest bolt first, all the way back there. Camera can't even see it. I can't even see it. So if this snap for any reason, we're pretty much screwed up. There you go. That was pretty good. Yeah. That's one of the bolts out of there. And it does have a gasket, so be careful. Okay. So these are all. Okay. Once it's loose, let's see if I can turn it by hand. My hand doesn't even want to go in there. There you go. I am able to turn it by hand. The camera I can't even see, but I'm able to turn it by hand. I'm not gonna try to drop this little bolt. If you take off this 12mm here, it might give you a little bit of space, but you're gonna have to reach all the way in the bottom. Get the one in the bottom as well, and it's all up to you. Let's see how far it goes. Okay, so 12 here and the 12 here. Loosen it and take it off completely here, and it should just drop down. But that will make your life much easier. I might end up doing that, but we got ourselves one nut off right there. Now what we're gonna do is get the second one out of the place, which shouldn't be that crazy. It's right there. There you go. Got it right on the neck. There you go. He's loose. He's loose. Okay. And I'm gonna take this off by hand. So those are 2 hard bolts. I've done this before in past, years back. This guy was completely rusted out. So we got a few bolts in the front now, and we should be able to get them off really easy. Just want you to be careful with this one because it goes right through. Sometimes it's corded in the middle. So anyways, I'm gonna mount my camera here and we're gonna do this job all together. The camera sitting there. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try to get the hardest bolt, which is right here. There you go. It's a long bolt. So what this car was doing was it was stalling. Pretty much it was going brrr, every once in a while. It would just stall out. Okay, what the hell is this? This wasn't even through. This was holding this bracket. I didn't even have to take that off. So I'm not sure how many more bolts. Okay, I got the 2 in the bottom. So we got 1 over here. So pretty much it's these 3 bolts. The other one was just holding the bracket that was holding on to this line here. So what I want to do is I want to bring my light over to this side because it's terrible. Light is just terrible here. So I am gonna put this baby right here. Let's see if that makes the lighting a little better. And then I got my other lighting, which is camouflaging my camera. That's much better, more like it. And this baby comes off. So pretty much this valve over time they would get they will give you misfire. They will give you all kinds of codes. You see that started to move. Just pay attention to the bottom. There is a gasket. I know there is a gasket, so don't lose that. So over time they will get blocked up or they will get jammed up, and what would happen is it would give you misfire. So before I take that one off, I do want to take out this connector here. So connector has a small letter. It's just a regular. I'm sure you guys know how to take out the connectors. Okay, this is the connector that goes to the letter sensor, which I have to take off once it's out of the place. Okay, the sensor does have a little connector adapter down here. So got this guy out of the place. I'm gonna squeeze and pull off. There you go. We disconnected the harness here from this connector. So if you get your hands on this sensor, take care of this sensor as well. So anything that's related to this I usually get rid of, but it's hard for me to find pieces. Okay, and there is a vacuum line that connects to here, so we're gonna take care of that as well. So there you go. So on this end there's a vacuum line. Okay, so you just want to grab this vacuum line. You could use your plier, needle nose. Usually the plastic will grip on and twist and turn, and it would just simply come off. And our EGR valve here is simply ready to come off. What's holding it, what's blocking us is these little guys. I had to turn the throttle so the sensor could get room to come out. So something in the bottom, okay, the tubing in the bottom is bothering. Okay, the gasket is ready to fall down. So I'd rather just grab the gasket first. Remember, this throttle is going to bother us. So if you want to disconnect the throttle, it's all up to you. Or if you get an invert sockets, you could take these off, which is my last resort. Last thing that is I want to do. Or if you take off that sensor while it's on it, that'd be another good idea. Okay, so we're not going to reach onto that sensor. So I'll try to take these bolts off. Okay, I went and got me an invert socket here. Okay, so we got the EGR valve off, and we're gonna take off these two little bottom studs. And don't lose it, don't drop it. We're gonna put it onto the new one. Okay, so we're gonna leave this here. Let me go get the new EGR valve. So here's the new EGR valve. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the two studs that we just took off. We're gonna put one on, put another one on, and where's my electrical drill? We're gonna tap them a little bit so they're nice and snug. Nothing crazy. There you go. Remember the gasket that goes here. So as long as the gasket covers the whole thing, you're all good to go. And what we need to take off next is this little sensor. I'm gonna put on the sensor right now. So to take off this sensor, what you could use is use a 14mm. I'm using this brake line tubing wrench here, 14mm. I put a screwdriver right through it, and if you squeeze it, and it just comes right off. After that, should be that easy to tighten it. Same procedure. You do want to inspect the sensor for dirt, corrosion. Just clean it down with something, a rag or anything like that. Some brake cleaner, and it's just a temperature sensor, and it monitors temperature and stuff in there. But anyways, you're gonna take the new one here. You're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna lock this baby up. Gonna put my 14mm on. And there's my 14mm. Just snug, okay? At this point, you don't even have to go crazy with the torque here. And if I do take this little guy, I can just give it a little snug, just like that. There goes nothing. Just try not to damage anything. There you go. There you go. That's all it needs. Small little push. After that, again, my seal came off. Make sure the seal's on, and we're gonna have to guide this guy really well in the bottom and up here, so make sure everything just sits perfectly. And if you need to take out the stud, which I'm gonna take off because I'm not playing no games with it. So this little stud, I want this little guy eliminated so it doesn't bother me, because it's more important in the bottom. It's hard to see and it's hard to get to down there, and we can always put this right through here. So save this guy. Okay, so gotta sneeze. Oh god, it's cold, it's getting cold. So this little guy goes right in. Make sure the gasket's on perfectly and evenly. Okay, I'm gonna guide everything down there to be right into the tube. Okay, where's that? And one bolt went in, but the other didn't because of this. Okay, they both are in. They both are in. Okay, perfect. So what I want to do now is I want to take my stud here so it can hold on to the place. Okay, that's one. It's a back killer. This is two. So if you guys got EGR problem, misfires, and your car's on the highway and it's stalling, this guy stalled out a few times, and check engine light pop, give us a clear code for this EGR valve. It's hard to check the performance on these because it would only react sometimes. It will not always react and give you a false reading or a crazy reading. So what I'm going to do is, while we're working here, I want to put the nuts in the bottom so that way it's held in place. So just like we took it apart, same procedure. One of the nuts is going to be a little crazy to get to, but with my fingers and hands, I have no issues. Okay, so it's moving. She's moving because I'm trying to get the second nut on. Okay, cross threading is not good. Okay, there you go. Slipped on, and it's pretty much snugged all the way. There you go. So I want to get this third stud in here as well, and don't forget the sensor. Okay, if you don't put the sensor in, and if you don't reroute it just the way it was, it's gonna break with the throttle body when you press the gas pedal. So this baby goes in. After that, it's a go-go. Okay, there you go. So when I lock up 3 of these studs, 1, 2. So this piece is about 140-50 bucks, and I did buy the solenoid. We're gonna change that next. And the solenoid can also cause an issue. It could be clogged valve. It could be this opening and closing solenoid up on the top. All these things matter, okay, guys? So if you forgot one thing, god damn me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out the 2 top studs, and I should be able to slip that in there. I was gonna have to do it that way regardless. There's no other way. You get one side in, and then you do the other side. I thought that was a little too easy, I guess. It's not supposed to be. So I might just knock these out with my electric drill. Not lose them, because the electric drill is gonna try to toss them out. And here's the second one. There you go. See how that EGR valve moved? So where did I put my gasket? I just had it in my hand right here. So again, the same way, earlobe that way. Okay, you can actually see it from right here. There you go. Perfect. Okay, that's the wrong way. It's this way. There you go. Not so bad. He's holding it for me. That's one. Make sure you don't cross thread it. And here's the second one. Get a little bit up. So don't make the mistake I made. It'll cost you a bit of a time. But the way I did it, that's how it's gonna be. You cannot put the gasket in there first or second. It's gotta be just same procedure. So now I'm not able to, there you go. We got this baby in. Snug it all the way. And I'm gonna give it a tap with my ratchet. Okay, here it goes, nothing. Alright, so not so bad. Not so bad. Still need to lock up these. Okay, that one's in. The stud is locked in, and this is locked in. Okay, so 3 nuts. 1, 2, and third one is here. Now what I want to do here is I want to take my 10mm. I'm going to tighten these first and then go in the bottom, because these are going to hold the valve in place for me while the bottom one is being tightened. So just hand tighten, nothing crazy. Probably 6 to 7 foot-pound if you want to torque it. I would just do it, but go by hand. Bada bing, bada boom, this baby's done. We do need to put this bracket in here. So this bracket, okay, let's get this harness out of the way. So the 10mm goes on this. So this guy, what this does is it holds this vacuum line in place. So this 10 millimeter. I still gotta tighten the 2 bolts in the bottom, so do not forget those. Do not forget the vacuum line on the EGR valve. So this guy locked in. We're gonna put the connector here, and we're gonna put the main connector into this EGR valve. There you go. Stick this vacuum line in place, so everything is in there. Right down here we got our harness, so reroute the harness, just send it down like it was, and then the little guy sticks right up underneath the throttle body, so it's not gonna hit anything, it's not gonna damage anything, and this guy will simply click right in. There you go. And the little hook, the little retainer holds that in place. Now we need to go into the back and finish out this job. Bring out our camera. Thank you, this gun, the impact Ingersoll impact gun, for holding the camera for us. Okay, so next we just need to tighten up the 2 bolts in the back. This is one. And I'm gonna get the second one as well, guys. After that, you want to put your air duct pipe here, put the 10 millimeter tight. Make sure you get this guy in, make sure you put this vacuum line in, and make sure you put this vacuum line in, and you're all done. And in the next video, I will show you guys how to change the EGR valve solenoid, which I got, but I did forget to show you guys the part number. Okay, this is the solenoid intermotor VS 147. That's the solenoid. And EGR valve EGV 9693. That's the part number there. Anyways, there's our EGR valve installed on this Avalon. Thank you for watching my video. See you guys in the next one. The tools we used was I used this electric drill with the reducer. We used a 14 millimeter wrench. This is for the brake lines. We use a needle nose. We used the ratchet. Where did my ratchet go? I just had it here. Oh, it's still in there with the 10 millimeter. Let me tighten at least the one I'm on, and then I'll show you the tool. So pretty much we use the 10 millimeter, 1/4 inch drive, swivel, small 1.5 inch extension, ratchet, and the torque here, the invert torque. This is E5. All right, so it's a 5 millimeter, I guess. I'm not sure, but that's what it is. Thank you for watching my video.